For the Loan Officer Breakfast Club. Hope you're having a great day already. I know Jim Reed and I are.
New laptop.
It's a new laptop. And it's 5:30 in the morning out here, so the day is just amazing so far. So far, so good, you know. There hasn't been enough time for anything to, knock it off of its little pedestal yet, so. But, all right, we got a good day today. It is Jimmy on the Spot. That is what we are affectionately calling it today, Jimmy on the Spot. And we'll see how this goes. I think it's going to be great. I will tell you guys, start thinking about your coaching questions right now. So here's the deal. This is what we wanted to do today. We wanted to get Jim here. We wanted to do spot coaching. We're calling it Jimmy on the Spot. This is where, like, anything you got, like you feel like you need help with something, you're going to throw it in the chat or you're going to raise your hand and you're going to get spot coached for the benefit of everybody, right? On the spot. That's the way it's going to happen.
Come on.
So, yeah. So, Mickey Lamb, yeah, we've got you unmuted there. It sounds like you needed to ask Jim something right away. What do you got, man? You got some coaching help you need right now, Mickey?
Yeah, I need technical help. I actually pressed the button the wrong one, and we didn't mean to.
Well, I don't know how to tell you this, but Jim will do you no good with technical help. No good whatsoever. Yeah. In fact, he needs your technical help, to tell you the truth. So, yeah. But hey, while we got you here, man, what could you use help with right now in your business? Where do you need some help, man? Where Jim might be able to help you.
Mickey's not your man. He's a little tired this morning.
He split, didn't he? He just muted right out.
I was driving to work this morning. Being on vacation. I was on vacation last week. Who's been on vacation lately? Sharon, you been on vacation? Yes, you do. You work.
I'm going tomorrow.
Good. So, I've been doing loans almost 30 years, right?
Doing what for 30 years?
Loans.
Oh, loans. Sorry.
Yeah.
This is loan show.
This is Loan Officer Breakfast Club.
Yeah. Sorry. I didn't hear it.
I've been doing loans.
I thought you said gnomes, and I didn't know what that meant. So sorry. Yeah.
I still see gnomes in people's gardens out front in my neighborhood. I live in an old neighborhood, and there are gnomes out there, I swear.
All right.
So
go on.
I got back from vacation. I'm feeling melancholy, and because it was a great time with my family. I'm getting back to work, and I had a meeting with one of our members, right, and one of our coaching students and our members, and I've known this guy. I've known him 15 years, and let's say 15 years, pretty close anyway. And he's a really good guy. His name's Rudy, and Rudy is he's a really, really good loan officer. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Like, have you guys ever felt like you were just like not taking a chance and not doing everything you can do in this business? You ever felt like that? Because like this guy is a well put together, super clean cut, has attractive aura. You know what I mean? Like energy. I don't mean like good looking.
Yeah.
I mean like attractive energy. Like you want to hang out with him and talk to him. He speaks Spanish. He knows loan really well. Like guidelines and stuff. Doesn't have to look them up. Kind of like a Rain Man type of guy, a little bit. You know what I mean?
Sure.
And, his business had stalled out at around 40 loans a year. 35, 40 loans a year. And I said, hey man, let's take a chance investing in yourself, and let's try a loan partner. Let's try a loan officer assistant. And he was like, the expense and how much does it cost? And so I said, I'll make you a deal. He works for me at my branch also, and he's a coaching student. And so I'll make you a deal. We'll hire a loan partner one together for you, and I'll pay for it for the first 4 months. And then after that, I pay half. And I finally talked him into it, and so the end of the 4 months comes, and he's like thinking about maybe not like he's worried about the expense. So I'm like, what's this about? You're doing like 30% more loans in 4 months from having a loan partner. Like, what's going on? He stops, and he has a lot of expression in his face, like smiling all the time, happy. He stops and he got super plain faced. I'm looking at him. I'm like, he goes, my coach told me this morning when I did my goal sheet with him that I have imposter syndrome, and I think I do. And he goes, I just don't know why, but I'm scared to go call on more realtors. I'm scared I won't be able to handle it. I don't know that I'm really that good. And it was for me watching him and seeing him in his business. Um, and so wherever it comes from, I've struggled with it more than once in my career. I don't, if you've ever struggled with imposter syndrome, it's real. And I'm like, well, how do you get through it? I know how I get through it. He's like, how do you get through it? He goes, just being around people who will call me out on it and encourage me to do better and take bigger chances. Uh, because whenever I'm not calling realtors, he said, it's because I don't know, because I don't know that I'm all that. And I go, okay, so I'll give you an assignment. Who's the biggest loan officer in your town? Like your biggest competitor, the one you're like, oh, that like kind of annoys you because they're good or whatever. I'm like, call them and pretend like you're a borrower and check out the experience. So he calls them, leaves him a message. 6 o'clock last night on my way home, I called him. I'm like, how'd it go? He goes, still haven't heard back.
Hmm.
I'm like, see, like the basics are what break you through that kind of false ceiling, getting back to people in 20 minutes, like pre-qualifying people in 24 hours, like meeting people in person or by Zoom 80 or 90% of the time, uh, calling the upset client without like pushing it and shoving it off to your desk. But just finding out what the competition was really like made him realize how good he really was. And I think sometimes you guys invest in yourselves. You show up on LLBC. A lot of you are in the program and get coached, and it's like if you're doing a lot more than 85% of your competition. And imposter syndrome's like Imelda Marcos, right? Playing small doesn't serve the world. I just thought it was timely for me coming back from vacation. What's up, Brian? Who do you want to go to next, Frank?
Yeah, well, you know what, man? Let's just linger on this just for a second. Yeah, the imposter syndrome for sure. That was an interesting experiment. I've never even thought about doing something like that, but I could see how that would be pretty enlightening if I was feeling like I had imposter syndrome and I did that. That would be a pretty good way to
You'll be
kind of have the
shocked.
light shown, like, wait a second, maybe I am pretty dang good, because yeah, it's surprising. And like I say this all the time. I see it all the time with my wife, and when she gets a listing and there's an offer on it and there's a loan officer attached to the offer, and she never hears anything from it. Like, so yeah, it's really, I would say overall, the industry has set the bar pretty low when it comes to what's exceptional and what's not. And so for us on this call in the MMA, right, the things that we do, the things that we practice every day are really, whether you believe it or not, are putting you way above the bar, just way
No
above.
doubt.
And what it really comes down to is communicating and asking for the business. That's what it really comes down to. And if you can push through that and do that on a consistent basis, man, you're really setting yourself apart out there, and
Three
whether you
things,
realize it or not. Yeah.
three things we do. We educate, we communicate, and we close on time.
Mm.
If you do those three things, educate, communicate, close on time, you beat 90% of your competition.
You really do. You really do. And people come back to you. We're joking around lately calling it the Don Lake syndrome or whatever we're calling it. I mean, goodness gracious, you're calling agents on a Tuesday, listing agents to update them. And even if you're getting their voicemail, you're still leaving them an update. The next thing you know, they're responding to you going, "You're amazing. I can't even believe how great you are," for literally just giving them an update on a deal that they're in, that you're connected to. you're amazing. Out of this world. Dawn knows.
And then they send you a $3.2 million referral.
They send you $3.2 million with one of the most notable attorneys in the area. Anyway, hey, today is Tuesday. We normally have Inspirational Quote Tuesday. Should we do that before we get to the hands?
Yeah, and then I told everybody who's putting stuff in the chat, I'm like, raise your hand. So we're ready to put
Okay, so we're ready to roll, but let's get a little inspired.
It's Inspirational Quote Tuesday. Vince Queen's in the room.
Yeah, baby.
Oh yeah. One line to light your work day. Turn that wisdom into boom. He'll break it down for your business. Make it real.
Dig it, man.
Yeah,
Make it true. Inspirational Quote Tuesday. Vince Queen's talking to you.
The cigarettes in the chat.
Man,
Amen.
it's all I can do to keep my shirt on. I'm just saying.
I know.
At least you said
I
shirt.
didn't even
Carl.
see you on there.
Yeah, I think you said shirt.
That was good, Carl. That was really good.
All right.
Let me tell you
Vince,
what I got for you this week. Let me tell you what I got. All right. That was good, Carl. Really good. That beats a cigar any day. All right. So this week we're going to embrace change. So the mortgage industry changes constantly. Winners adapt. Jack Welch once said, change before you have to.
Mm.
Programs change, guidelines change, markets change. The more adaptable you become, the more valuable you become.
Mm.
That's what I got for you today, man.
Pretty good stuff.
Yeah.
Pretty good stuff.
Yeah, I kind of like
like
that one. That was a good one.
I like it a lot because
Yeah.
things change.
Yeah,
all the
but
time.
Vince, I don't want to change. I just got good at what I'm at now.
Yeah.
Now I got to change.
Well,
you
you
know?
do. Nothing like getting 1% better every day. What do you think, Carl?
Yeah, I always, every time I find myself going, I don't want to change. I think of the guys, that were fighting not to have cars and keep with the horse and buggy. And it's like, yeah, but I know how to feed the horse and I don't know how to drive the car. I'll just stick with what I got. That didn't work out so well for them.
Not at all.
So
Not at all.
that's a
Not at all.
great message this morning, Vince.
Beware of being comfortable.
Yeah.
Isn't that the truth?
There's the truth.
Indeed.
Whenever I'm comfortable, I get scared.
Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. All right, Vince Queen. Thank you, brother. As always, Inspirational Quote Tuesday. Well, hey, look, we've got some hands up. Let's start with Brian White, newer to origination, not to the business per se, but to origination. And boy, you're hanging out in the right crowd to get started. That's for sure, Brian. So what do you got for Jimmy on the spot? What's your thoughts, man?
Brian's got that cool ZZ Top vibe going on while he's trying to unmute.
Yeah.
I feel like I could ask him a physics question.
Carl,
It's a
remind
good
me of
call.
the structure of how to ask a great question again. It was so good the way you said it the other day. Do you remember?
Well, let's see what Brian's is first, and then I don't want to
give him time to unmute. There it goes.
Yeah.
Can you all hear me okay?
Yeah.
All right, perfect. I always have issues with technology. But so, as Frank mentioned, I'm kind of newer to the origination side, came from a production background. And of course, full time, I know at first I expect it to be a little bit slower. And when I start doing the call stars, I'm going to be doing, I think that from my understanding, there's 2 sessions. I'm going to do both of them. There's going to be times where I'm going to have coffee or meeting with Zoom. But those days where I don't have any Zoom meetings, don't have the calls, and as my pipeline is being built, like I didn't leave a full-time production job to just originate 20 hours a week. So is there any issue with calling, like filling out those time slots with more calls and more, like, is there a better use of my time starting out, or?
So that's a great question, because I think that when we talk to loan officers and we say, how many hours work a week are you working? And the answer they usually give me is what it feels like, not what it really is. And so the reason I'm saying that is during the day, they're starting and stopping all the time and staying instead of staying on task. So the mindset for a brand new loan officer is highly active and highly visible, right? So, and I could go on this question for an hour and a half. I'm trying to figure out the top three things. Top two things. First two things I would do is join two realtor organizations and volunteer to help the secretary, like the Remnants Council of Realtors. And the reason is the secretary is the one who calls everybody and reminds them about the meeting, and you can volunteer and do that. So now you can call a bunch of realtors and remind them about the meeting and talk to them. The second thing I would do is find 8 real estate offices in your area, and I would visit them every week. And I would drop off a loan flyer, an underwriting tip, sales of the week, sales tip. I would drop off value stuff, and I wouldn't stick around very long. I would just be seen every week. And the third thing I would do, and the most efficient tool we have is the phone. I would create a list of 500 realtors. And if you have to, Carl taught me this the first time I ever sat down with him. If your town is small, draw a bigger circle. Find a town over here and a town over here till you can get to 500 realtors. And start calling. And when it gets weird and hard and embarrassing, call someone who loves you, talk to them for 5 minutes, hang up and keep calling. And just ask for meetings. Tell them you're new. I love the way you say the script, Carl, so I'm gonna let you say it. Tell them I'm a fan of your business script. I'm asking you to tell them.
You asking me?
Yeah, Carl White, the guy with the baby.
Look at the baby.
Hey, I'll tell you what, if you have a nephew or a son, a daughter that's small, take them with you. It works.
Oh yeah. Nothing works better than this. I'm just telling you. That's the number one thing.
What's up, bro? What's up?
Hey, Brian.
Yes, I'm here.
Hey, brother. Hey, I've got this little software. My name is Carl White. I'm over here at ABC Mortgage. And I've got this software that kind of lets me look to see what everybody's production is. And I was scrolling through it this morning, and I kind of start with the top and go down, like who's the highest producing. And I saw your name up there, and dude, phenomenal numbers. Congratulations. And if I can be completely transparent here, like I'm an avid student of success. I find it, if I hang out with success, it rubs off. Brother, I'd love to treat you to a cup of coffee, and we can do it either in person or on Zoom. I'd love to treat you to a cup of coffee to see what are you doing that's having you shoot out such great numbers in today's market. See, today's Tuesday. Maybe even this afternoon. Could I treat you to a cup of coffee this afternoon? And if you're busy this afternoon, maybe Thursday is better. Which is best for you, Brian? That's it, man. It's just that simple.
So he does
let me give you some numbers real quick. Here you go, baby.
Yeah, but I want to tell him something you did real quick.
Okay, go ahead.
There's like no matter what words you want to say, professional. Carl's a professional. Doesn't say it so direct and fast or blah. Kind of Porky Pigs it, you know what I mean? But kind of acts like he's struggling for his words. It's a humble presentation, right? But the four whenever you're calling, Brian, honor, state your goal, qualify your goal with a number or a percentage, and then request a relationship. Write those down, put them on a piece of paper, and frame it on your wall for the rest of your career. No matter who I call, no matter why I call. Honor, state my goal, quantify my goal with a number or a percentage, and request a relationship. And it just gets me to be like able to keep moving forward in my conversation without stumbling. I was professional. Anyway, sorry, Carl. I just want to emphasize that. It was really good.
Is that what I did? Hang on, I was writing that down. Hang on, let me.
Honor, state goal, quantify. You're like, I'm a fan of your business, and saw your numbers, and like it totally was on that formula.
Yeah. Hey, so let me give you some numbers, Brian. And these numbers have been tested. If I said thousands, it's an understatement. It's like literally tens of thousands of proofs have proved this, like literally. when you call on 30 qualified agents and you call them every single week, and I'm going to say at the exact same time, a time block, right? Like for me, and I know for you doing call starts 9:30 to 11:30, right? So when you call a list of 30 agents on a set time block and you do it for 12 weeks, the only time I take somebody off is they go, sure, Carl, Thursday at 2 works perfect. Or, Carl, don't ever call me again, right? Take them off the list, right? Take them off the list, put another one on. Always have 30 on that list, right? If somebody agrees to meet with me, take that one off the list, put a new one on. Always have 30 on the list. So you call 30 people for qualified agents for 12 weeks in a row. You'll meet with, and this is our numbers, and it's a bell-shaped curve, right? But the bell runs typically between 12 and 14 agents you'll end up meeting with, just under half. That's our stats. Over 12. Now, week 1, no. Week 2, no. The actual peak comes at week 5.7. That's where we see our bell-shaped curve at its peak. And calling 30, you're going to meet with 12 to 14. And I'm just going to split that in the middle. If I meet with 13, 16% is going to agree to work with me and start, like 16% I'll get a referral from. And so that 30 turns into about 2 people will start referring to me. Out of those 2 people, I'm going to get a loan of 0.75 each per month.
Qualified agents.
Qualified agents. So out of those 2 agents, I'm going to get 0.75 each from them, which equals 1.5 loans per month. So every time I put 30 on, I'll meet with 12. I'll meet with 12. 16% of those will start referring to me. Of those that are referring to me, I'll close 0.75 per month. And so out of every group of 30, I'm going to add on about 1.5 loans per month. So every time I get a group of 30, I'm going to increase my monthly income by about $4,500 a month. I do another 30, now it's $9,000 per month. I do another 30, and now it's 4,500 plus that, plus that, plus that. Now it's not completely linear because some's going to fall off, right? Some's going to fall off, right, over time. So the advice Jim gave you there is just rock solid, and it's proven by the numbers.
So to wrap it up, Brian, if you got a lot of time, have a lot of groups of 30 that you're working on.
Yeah.
Like 90 sounds good to me if I have time.
I agree.
Yeah.
And so what would you do with that, Jim? Would I have a Monday group, maybe in a Wednesday group, and maybe a Thursday group kind of thing?
I would split it up, and I would, like, once you get going, it's kind of like when I'm cleaning my house. You know what I mean? Once I get going, don't stop me because I'm not gonna get started for about 6 more months. So like if I'm going, keep going. So you don't want I don't think every day like, oh, I'll call like 30 every day for 5 days in a row. I think group them up and maybe do 2 or 3 days. But if you can do a lot of it in one day, you can do a lot of it one day. I've learned that what works for me don't work for everybody.
So, I was taught something a long time ago, Brian. It's a great thing to just always keep in mind, and that is if the phone ain't ringing, pick it up.
Mm-hmm.
Super simple, right? Phone ain't ringing, pick it up. Very easy words.
My first sales coach ever said, "This is a phone. This is your ear. Put your phone to your ear and use it." And I'm like, "That's it." He's like, "That's it." Okay.
Yeah. Hey, we spent a good amount of time on Brian. I hope that's helpful, and keep coming back and keep us posted. Sharon's got her hand up. We had another one, but we're at the top of the hour. Sharon, if you could be quick, we'd like to get one more in.
Yeah, I've got one more comment. I'm looking at it. She's got about, in the last 14 months, about 40% market share from this agent. And now the agent's sort of ghosting her. And I think it has to do with rates and whatnot, that she had a customer that wasn't really happy with the rates and went somewhere else after we had her. So how do we get this, how do we rebuild this agent's confidence in being able to take care of the customer and what they want?
Yeah.
So I mean,
So it
I'll
was
just go
tough.
after it, but
Yeah. So it sounded like you have an agent, really good producer that you were getting, they're getting some large number of the market share, and you were getting a good percentage of their business, and you feel like maybe the leads have slowed down,
yes,
and you want to know, and you're fearful that maybe it's because of a client's comment about rates.
yes.
Yeah. Um, who's ever dealt with that? I have a lot. But what I've dealt with is the fear of it versus the fact of it. And there's this book called The Four Agreements, and my question for you is, did the realtor relationship, did they mention that that was a problem?
It was a big problem on the last deal, but
Yeah, but did
this
the
one
realtor
not
say that it
really
was a
working.
problem?
Yes.
What'd they say?
They said that these folks are not confident that you can deliver the rate. And
Yeah,
that's what's important to them. They just
yeah,
lost confidence.
yeah. So call them up and set a meeting with them and make the meeting about three things. I learned this from a rep when I was in the grocery business. Every time he said, every time I come to a client, in my mind, I think partner, service, repair. I either got to partner with them on something because they don't have enough business and they're looking for business. They haven't sent me a lead in 3 weeks, and it's because they didn't have any, but my mind went to running and I'm thinking they don't like me anymore. Right? So partner with them on something if their business is down. If they're happy, service them. And if there's a problem, repair it. So the first thing you would do is talk about their business when you meet with them, not about this issue. What was your goal for this year? How many families did you want to help? How many sides did you want to do? Talk about that for as long as you can. How are you doing on it? You're taking notes. So they wanted to help 50 families this year. It's the first 6 months, they only helped 15. Dig in on that and partner with them on a plan like one of our scripts. Invite them to the event today, for example. We have a realtor event today that you should call them and invite them to real quick. And then at the last second, say, what's one thing that's going, these are the questions. What's one thing that's going really well? What's one thing I'm doing that I got to keep doing to earn your business? Talk about that for a lot. And then say, what's one thing I need to work on? And listen, 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 and don't defend. Don't defend. Ask a lot of questions. Why? Like, oh, the realtor, I'm worried that your rates are too high and my clients are going to not like me because of your rates. Well, we all know all rates are about the same, right? And so don't just assume. You got to ask, ask, ask to find out what the problem is on that one. And the sucker punches, call the clients you've helped that they referred you and get some testimonials and bring them with you. You survey your clients and you share some surveys and the, but I am guessing honestly that that's not the problem. Like I doubt it. Like we're in the middle of a summer slowdown, right? After everybody's on vacation, leads slow down a little bit. So my answer is don't assume and do a meeting. Stay in touch, don't stay away is the saying I have on my wall. Stay in touch, don't stay away.
Hmm.
How about you, Carl? What do you think?
So I know Sharon very well. So Sharon's a very dear friend of mine. And Sharon, you're a fantastic salesperson. With Sharon's personality, if she loses 1 out of 400, it's one too many, which is why she produces the great numbers that she does, right? That's not a that's not a flaw of character. It's a character strength that she has.
Mhm.
And losing one, like when she wins a football game, she wants it to be like 84-0, right? It's just she wants to run up the scoreboard, right? But that's why you produce such high numbers and you have a very high income, Sharon, one of the highest probably on this group this morning. Certainly the top five, I would say for sure, if not the top three. Um, and I just always go to that thing, Jim. Just go get more. My average agent lasts 2.5 years. and some it's 20 years, and some it's 2.5 hours, right? I mean, it's
100%.
just how that works, right? And so my thing is always, just bring my value, keep a real personal relationship with them, and always, always, always go get more, because
Mm-hmm.
every every loyalty has a shelf life. Loyalty has a shelf life, and you know,
What have you
some
done for me lately, kind of thing?
or not necessarily that, or somebody that I find very interesting, and I don't mean in a weird way, right?
Yeah.
But somebody I find very interesting, like I'm usually doing business with I don't know, Susan, and in
Uh,
walks in Kristen Simpson one day,
yeah.
and I go, wow, in a cool way, right? Like, wow, now
Oh, I get it. I get
that
it. So like they switched from someone to start using you.
that's very, yeah. Kristen walks in and she talks a little bit, and I go, now that is a very smart lady, a very interesting. I like people that are interesting, right? So again, I don't mean in a weird way, but I like people that are interesting. Or Sue Moody walks in. That is a very interesting person, and I like hanging out with interesting people. And I've been working with Sue for the last 2 years, and another Sue, right? I just hypothetical Sue Smith, and then Sue Moody walks in. It's like, well, this is somebody new, and so I get to learn more from her, and maybe she's got different things that she can offer me in my organization. Because Sue Smith has kind of run the gambit, right? Nothing. I don't think Sue Smith has done anything wrong. It's just Sue Moody walks in with a new set of bag of tricks, kind of thing that catches my eye. Or Jared walks in, I go, wow, now here's a guy with some serious experience. I could learn from him. And, so we're just always getting more. The escalator, the stairs are never staying still. We're on an escalator and it's always moving down, and you got to always be moving forward. Always,
Mm-hmm.
always, always, always. So, yeah.
That's
I don't
good.
think you do anything wrong, Sharon. I think it's
It's
the
not
nature of the
race.
beast and knowing your sales skills. And I know you're always going to get more. And I think somebody maybe somebody might have scored a point on you, and you're like, not on my watch, kind of thing. That's what I think's going on here.
Okay. All right, but I like this partner of service repair, and just kind of keep that in mind. I like that.
Yeah, partnerships repair. Don't make like the four agreement says, don't make assumptions, don't take it personal, do your very best. Show people you care. You do all those
Mm.
things. Like you do all
Thank
those
you.
things.
Yeah.
All those fail, leave them at the bus stop.
Wait, what was that? Wait, what was that?
When all else fails, leave them at the bus stop.
Yeah. Hey, but let me tell you, if I leave him at the bus, and I know Rudy, Bill, I know you're a proponent of this. Bill plays a hard ass. He's a big teddy bear like I am. When we leave him at the bus stop, we leave him with a bottle of water, pack him a sandwich. But we might be picking him back up at the bus stop at a later point. So I know what
And
you mean, buddy.
speaking of more realtor business, we have a thing this afternoon that if you haven't, it would be a good idea to call realtors today and invite them actually. And Kristen has all the info there, I think, on our realtor event today, and Rudy does too. Can you share that with us?
Yeah, so today is the day at 2 o'clock, I believe, Jen. Am I right on that one?
Sure.
The National Real Estate Mastermind class. So if you're part of Mortgage Marketing Animals and you have your custom link, and even if you haven't called up yet and invited them, use the opportunity to pick up the phone and call your real estate agents and invite them to an awesome class today with a pretty cool real estate agent out in the Washington area who did 40 transactions last year, half of which were buyer side, and pretty much half were buyer side and half were listings, right, Jim? Pretty close to
Yeah,
that.
Annie
That's right.
Cash.
It was
She's
Annie
super
Cash.
incredible.
Yeah. So
And note, it is actually 3 p.m. today.
3 p.m. Sorry about that.
Yes.
If they want to get in on this and they're not already in, what do? Just type interested in the chat.
Yeah,
You better do it quick.
Yeah, type interested and we'll have someone call you this morning because we can probably turn it around, but yeah.
Yeah.
Time is
So
of
just-
the essence.
Yeah, but you want to get in quick, so type interested in the chat. So, well, good stuff today, man. We had some Jimmy on the spot coaching, Brian, of course, Sharon, good stuff. I think everybody got a lot out of that. Inspirational quote Tuesday, of course, was epic as always, and we got to see Carl's little compadre there, his little companion. That was kind of neat too.
He's a good looking boy. I'm just saying.
Handsome
He's
devil.
so big,
Handsome
Carl.
devil.
Hey,
Yeah.
there was a mini me moment for me when
It really was. Yeah. Yeah.
Hey,
So
am I on tomorrow, Frank?
you are on tomorrow, Carl.
So let me tell you what we're going to do tomorrow. What we're going to do what we're going to do tomorrow is I'm going to map out a way to get to, actually it's a mathematical formula to get to 7.125 closings per month to about 14.25 closings per month. So between 7.125 to 14.25. Again, this is what the study showed that we did when we did this, and just putting numbers, dollar signs into it. And this is going to assume $3,000 per closing. Some of you more, some of you less, but at $3,000 per closing, that would be this mathematical formula to show you how to get to $21,000 per month as a loan officer. To about $42,000 per month as a loan officer. Once you're above that, the model changes a little bit. So this model I'm going to show you, I see Sharon on here, and Sharon goes, "Well, I'm going to go down to 14.25." No. It's a different model, right? It's a different model. So this will take you from 7 to about 14. Like if you're doing say a couple closings a month, this will take you from that to about 7.25 to 14.25. And that's what we're going to be covering tomorrow. So it's literally a mathematical formula. And as always, I feel like I feel my attorney poking me in the sides here. In anything we do, we never make income claims. We don't know who you are necessarily. We don't know what you'll actually do. Obviously, if you sit and listen to all the information and grab a bag of chips, and watch old series of cops on the TV, obviously none of this will work. And frankly, that's what most people do. And so don't be most people, be above average. And yeah, 17 to 14 closes a month. We're going to talk about the mathematical formula of exactly how to get that. And then we're going to talk about the only one thing that'll keep you from it.
Wow. Good show.
It's very easy to overcome. Very easy to overcome.
Tomorrow morning at 5 a.m.
Yeah.
There you go. All right.
And Frank, I'm sorry, I had an appointment this morning. It was canceled. That's why I'm here, Frank. So I know.
Oh, I didn't even think about that, but now you brought it up. Yeah. So what's going on? No, just kidding. All right. Good stuff. Thank you, brother. Hey, man, let's go get him, guys. Have a great day. Don't forget to be here tomorrow. We'll do it all over again.
Good stuff,
7 to 14.
Yeah.
Jimmy, thank you. For the rest of you, thanks for being here. Adios.
Have a great day, everybody.